firstly, Fahad, I'm not too sure what this Hollywood-Bollywood business means now. I think it's a very obsolete idea to begin with. You know, you could make a video in Korea and it could become a huge hit in Kamatipura for all you care. So, you know, the world has really become very different from, you know, seeing it from the prism of industries and things like that, especially with internet. And this is, you know, long in the waiting. We've been waiting for Vinod Chopra's Hollywood debut for at least 15 years.
Well, so has he. Actually, he's been waiting a long time. And clearly, you know, I mean, the fates have conspired. Finally, everything has fallen into place for him and he's out with it. Unfortunately, I missed watching this film because it was shown on a Monday when I wasn't here. But tell me, how was it for you?
So we're talking about basically Vinod Chopra's that Hollywood film. You know, I remember in Rangila, you know, there was this character who was sort of a parody of both Shekhar Kapoor and Vinod Chopra about hum Hollywood ke liye film banayenge. I was just struck by the fact that, you know, when you do this, why would you take your own film, which is 1994, then set it in America in 2000, which is also 15 years ago.
Of course, you're talking about Parinda.
I'm talking about Parinda, and then set it in Mexico. So there are two things I loved about Parinda, and I'm sure that would be true for most people who are fans of the film. And you know, I became a fan, of course, of Vinod Chopra from Khamosh, and then watched Parinda. And the one is the brotherly love. Right, and it's so beautifully done, you know, especially that chemistry that Jackie Shroff had with Anil Kapoor. And the second is the setting itself and how well the New Bombay of that period and how beautifully it was shot, you know, capturing, you know, the city in its perfect landscape, in its grittiness, because it was not so common back then. Now you take the landscape out because Mexico is not being dealt with in the sense of drug cartel and you know, that area in what it's known for. I mean, I can watch Traffic for it, right?
Yes.
And then you also take brotherly love outside the whole scheme of things, because here the brother, the elder one, is actually slightly slow, you know, mentally slow, and therefore it's more like exploitation that he's been through, rather than, you know, him being a practical person on one end and then being a great brother and the other. So I felt kind of confused with what the point of making this film was.
Well, you know, for me, Parinda, again, one of my all-time favorites, is the quintessential mad performance, absolute powerhouse by Nana Patekar. And do we have any of that flashes of mad genius?
Well, the villain is there, and yes, you know, he's scared of fire. So it is the same story in every sense. But and then, you know, to be fair, there's some really cracker scenes in the movie, which if you were to see it outside the context of the movie, would be, and of course we've seen some of them in the promos as well. I just love that shot where the horse leaves the hut, I mean in the ranch, from inside, from indoors. And it's a cracker sequence. There are a couple of others too. But you know, frankly speaking, for somebody who's already loved that film, which is Parinda, and is watching a remake, I wasn't satisfied with as a viewer very much. But then again, I guess it's a Hollywood movie. It's meant for American audiences who have not seen the original movie, and for all you know, they might just like it. I wish them best.